From Washington to Wall Street, the impact of U.S.-China relations is growing. And China's new leaders are keen to discuss what they call a big power relationship with the United States. Chinese ambassador to the U.S., Cui Tiankai.
在新的形势下面，中美关系如何发展？
It's the first meeting between President Xi Jinping and his U.S. counterpart Barack Obama since they took office. It's a strategic and historical meeting, and the two leaders will further exchange views on major issues of future development of bilateral relations by focusing on building a new type big power relationship.
U.S. officials are paying attention to the big power idea, but other issues, more often than not, are a bigger concern. Pang Zhongying is a political scientist at Renmin University.
Sometimes the Americans like to define China-U.S. relations. Strangely, this time the Chinese are more concerned about defining China-U.S. relations. But once they've discussed the definition, the Americans want to talk concrete issues.
Despite a growing dispute over cyber attacks, concerns about North Korea, and trade tensions, some Beijing residents say they are not worried about the state of ties.
I think we can have different opinions and points of view. That's not a concern. We're most worried about our day-to-day lives. Those kinds of things are out of reach for us and not something we worry about.
Perhaps there are some differences in our ways of thinking and misunderstandings that can make the relationship more competitive. But that's why improving communication is important for both sides.
More than anything, the meeting will be an opportunity for the two leaders to see if they can be friends, says political scientist Xie Tao.
I think that's why it's set up in such a very informal and very private setting, unlike the previous couple of summits between Chinese leaders and American leaders. So the expectation is that the two leaders, they will build up personal trust, and that trust probably will spill over to the other areas, and so that will help the lower level officials, the real bureaucrats who deal with U.S.-China relations on a day-to-day basis.
Analysts say they will be watching to see just how much trust they can build during 2 days of meetings. Bill Ide, VOA News, Beijing.